Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I made this collage thumbnail, this aesthetic collage thumbnail in Canva. I've been wanting to learn how to do this for so long, and I finally had the time to dabble in Canva and see what's possible. And I want to show you what I learned and how I made this thumbnail. So first of all, this thumbnail is made of 4 images which I took with my phone, and then I placed them all in Canva side by side. I actually thought I was filming the screen, but it turns out the screen recording wasn't on. So I'm going to verbally explain that part first, and then we'll get to what is being shown. So with the 4 images that I put side by side in Canva, well, before that, there is an option in Canva on the dashboard, the main screen, where you choose YouTube thumbnail, and that will give you the sizing that you need for YouTube. Okay, once you're in there, then you place your images how you want them. So I placed them in a collage because I love that style and I've been seeing it a lot as well. So I wanted to make my own and see how I go with it. So we have 4 images. I've placed all images with the filter called retro. So you can go in Canva, on each image, edit, and then you have filters, and once you go into filters, there's one called retro, which gives you that orange autumny vibe. That's the one I used on all 4 images. And then after that, once you have that background to work with, I chose some stars, some graphics to use in the background as well on top. So I was trying to see what stars I could use, and there's a lot of free options. You just need to browse and have a look and experiment. There's stars, very nice stars that I found in the gallery, and they're free. So there's lots to choose from, even in the free version, which is very impressive. So I put a few orangey stars, like fairy lights, firefly kind of lights, the yellow ones, and then I put those in the background. And then I found other white stars which I loved, and they're glowing. I changed the opacity a bit on them just so that they can kind of blend in as well. And I loved how they turned out. They gave it a little bit of glow, but it wasn't too distracting. It was cohesive with the background images, and I wanted it to not distract from the title either. So, I have 2 types of stars, like dotted stars, which are kind of like sparkles, and the white stars as well, which I'm showing you. I absolutely loved. So I think they are stars I'm going to use as well moving forward. And then I moved on to the text as well, and I wanted to edit the text I used from a previous video. This font is called Rocker 2. If you look up in the menu, you can see it says Rocker 2. And then what I wanted to do is give it a little bit of a curve. So once you go into the edit menu, it will let you curve the writing how you'd like it. A Rocker 2, I love how it's like a little bit, thick and bold. So you can also bold that on top of the thickness to give you extra, it pops out a little bit more. And then I found this really cute font called Handsome. It's like a handwritten font, because I wanted it to look like a handwritten, like notes or, brainstorm kind of thing for the collage. So I and I used that to highlight the main points of the video. So you've got widgets, and you've got blocks, you've got themes and checklists, which was what I was talking about in the video, because here I'm showing how to how I made my personal curriculum with Notion. So I started to play around with that, see what worked and looked good. I played around with more curves to see, like, what was possible and how far I could go with Canva in terms of editing the thumbnails and the texts and the images and the graphics as well. And so far, I'm so impressed. There's so much to choose from, so many editing options. It even gives you a swatch of colors from the images that you've used, and you can then go and use that in text, which is so cool. So the burgundy color, I didn't even have to use like an eyedropper tool or anything. It just the application just kind of recognized the colors I was using, and it gave me options to choose from, which was amazing. I'm so impressed, honestly, because I don't really have that much experience with Canva. I've dabbled in with a bit in the past, but never to this extent. And I'm really realizing how much it has to offer in the free version. Wow, like I'm actually amazed. And so I was playing around with the text, moving them around, seeing how they go well together. I did take a bit rearranging the text and the stars and my handwriting, like the handwriting font, which I love so much, because it makes it look like you've written something on the screen, so without having to actually write it. So I love that look, and it adds to the vintage, orangey, autumn, cozy vibe. It gives it that cohesive look. So I was curving the text, and it actually turned out so amazing. Like with it didn't warp them or anything while I was trying to curve. It actually kept like a good foundation with the writing, because usually sometimes in other programs when I've used curves, it kind of made the lettering funky, but with Canva it does such a great job at keeping things looking looking aesthetic, which I'm absolutely amazed with as well. So this is like me learning Canva, experimenting, seeing like what's working, what I can do, what the possibilities are. And also I know there's so much more that I can do and experiment with. So this is kind of the beginning stages of that. And I'm so excited to keep using Canva to make my videos and video thumbnails. I absolutely love this application in terms of like all the things that a person can do to make their work amazing. And so I was playing around with duplicating my little headings, and just like playing around with that, seeing what looked I didn't want it too crowded, but I wanted it to like have that vintage looking junk journal collage type thing. In the future I also want to see if I can make them like each image look a little bit ripped, or have that newspaper look, like just to add to the junk journaling theme. So like a junk journal collage theme. But I'm so happy with the way right now like it's turning out, and I think it's my favorite thumbnail so far that I've made. The last video's thumbnail, I also made it in Canva, but this time I'm actually dabbling a little bit more and doing more research and experimentation. So one of my things in my personal curriculum was to learn Canva and the ins and outs of Canva as a part of video making as a whole. So within video making, we have like editing the video, effects, and then we have thumbnails. So this is one of those elements in the video making process that I'm trying to improve on. So yes, I'm so happy, like my personal curriculum, like just having that outlined in my curriculum and taking the steps towards actually achieving new skills and checking off those goals has been so like amazing. It's been so I feel like the personal curriculum has really been working. Like I'm learning skills already and I haven't even started that long. So just like having a visual in Notion, having, my goals, my subjects, my tasks and subtasks has really given me like motivation to, take the little steps in order to build my skills and to work towards the bigger steps. So learning thumbnails and then building on that with like video editing, which I've also been working on, improving, and I can see improvement as well already, like, which is impressive. So yes, the personal curriculum method really has given me that much more productivity, and having it in Notion and seeing what I need to do, it really has helped me, because sometimes I struggle with like getting things done, but in having it in Notion, organizing them, it's helped a lot. And so here you can see that I've added arrows. It looks like they're hand-drawn arrows as well. So I'm playing around with those, making them look a little bit more organic and natural, playing around with the colors. But I did end up going with white for all of the fonts and the arrows as well. And I'm happy I did that because they stand out in the thumbnail, and but not in a way where it's too much. But yeah, I'm glad I went with white. It's giving like the autumny orange peachy look, which I'm so happy with. I honestly was so happy with the outcome of this thumbnail, and I hope this helps you guys as well. If you want to try like a collage theme, not like for a thumbnail, or if you didn't know how to make it, try Canva because there's so much you can do with it. You can filter the photos, like you can edit the opacity and so much more. So I hope you guys are enjoying this one. This was on my personal curriculum, so I thought I wanted to share that and show you what I learned, and maybe you guys it will be helpful for you as well, going forward if you like this sort of theme as well. I hope you can try it, and yeah, definitely give it a go and let me know how it turns out with you. Yeah, but I'm so happy with how it turned out, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.